Hello, everyone, anyone, and probably no one. When I was younger, in my more illicit youth, there was a phrase that we would often use when certain substances had been acquired. I remember my friend Don would do it in his little sing-songy voice. The eagle has landed. Meaning, yeah, the mission was a successful one. Procurement of things I won't mention because I don't have anything to do with that sort of thing anymore because I am an adult. Okay. Not really, I guess. Not really an adult. Not really. I don't have anything to do with them anymore. Anyway. The box has arriven a little ahead of schedule. I wasn't expecting it until later this month, or at least maybe even early next month. But fresh from Australia is the box that you see before you now. And this was the whole reason I started, or I wanted to start doing these videos, was to highlight this particular product because there really isn't anybody else on YouTube that's dealing with that has made a review of this particular product. Sorry, I think I just nudged the camera there. So, you know, it's nice to be somewhere beyond the well-beaten path. Like the Tombow that I reviewed. I didn't really do a search beforehand, but I realized that about 1,000,005 other people have reviewed that particular instrument. So I really didn't bring anything new to the table except, hey, I really like this, man. It's kind of cool. Scotch, by the way, a little celebratory Scotch. I was thinking that it would be more appropriate, since this is a Visconti and an Italian-made piece of an Italian-made instrument. I couldn't think, besides wine, obviously, but that's not an exclusive. Is there an exclusively Italian liquor that's just escaping me right now? You got Scotch for Scotland, Irish whiskey, Ireland, schnapps in Germany, I don't know, vodka, clearly, Russia, bourbon for America. What's Italy got? I don't know. Maybe comment, I guess, if we're moving towards the anyone portion of the spectrum of everyone, anyone, and no one. But who knows? I don't know. I apologize if I'm stupid and wordy. So anyway, the Scotch is going down the hatch as we speak, as it pools in a lovely fashion. All right, enough is enough. All right, here we go. Cheers. And a little Perrier chaser. Some scotches do not require a chaser, but this one does. It's a Macallan 15-year, and that was a gift from one of my superiors at work, which is very kind of him to do. CRKT Obaki. This is a beautiful knife. It's the one that I carry with me every day. It's got this awesome sheath that runs parallel to your belt. So I run it at the small of my back, underneath my shirt, and it works beautifully. I love this knife. It is so gorgeous. That's fake Damascus. I don't think that's actual Damascus. I think it's painted on or something, but it still looks damn cool. And woe betide the individual that decides to find out if I'm defenseless or not. Thus far in life, I have wounded no one, and I'm hoping that streak continues. Actually, you know what? I'm going to open this up first and take this out. Put that over there. Alright. The box is pretty hammered, but, I would not... Oops, sorry. Keep hitting the damn camera. I would expect it to have been actually a little bit more banged up from coming all the way from Australia. But there it is. Okay. Nicely bubble wrapped. I got this from Peters of Kensington on eBay, which turns out isn't really even an exclusive writing instrument store. It's like they're basically Australia's answer to Walmart. And again, you know, you just curse the hell out of me for knocking that camera every 5 seconds. I guess that's just what I'm going to do. Nice. They put it in a Ziploc in case it got wet, which is pretty cool. And there's the box. Okay. So, you know what? It's hot in here. I'm taking off my watch. Isn't it weird how sometimes wearing a watch can make you feel hotter? Same with my bracelet. Okay. Pretty standard, you know, cornstarch coated box. Now this is nice and leathery. A little pull cord on the side here. Oh, there's the literature. The Visconti literature. Filled with things that I will never be able to afford in my lifetime, probably. These are the fabulously wealthy examples of their work. That Knights Templar pen looks pretty incredible. That's probably sterling silver. That's gorgeous, man. Oh, to be the king of some small principality or a large principality, any principality. These are the 2 Homo sapiens that they currently make. Actually, no, that's just the one. That's only the Bronze Age. They also make the Dark Age, which doesn't appear to be in evidence on this page. That's a really beautiful pen, but don't dig the bronze, man. Not into it. I don't even see the Dark Age. Did they quit making the Dark Age? Which I didn't really like either. I don't know. This is all just crown jewel style crap. Anyway, all right. Putting it back in its little entombed compartment. Oh, it doesn't want to go back in. Did I screw something up? Oh, there it went. Okay. The moment. Here, let me get rid of this. The moment has come. I spent a lot of money on this pencil. More than I've spent on a writing instrument. Ooh, my skeleton fell over. Barry. Sorry, Barry. I also have Ralph. Hey, Ralph. Okay. You ever go to my Instagram? I started a little series of adventures with Ralph and Barry, but I didn't get very far with it. It seemed tedious to most individuals that were following me. Okay. I'm opening it. And there it is. And it's otherwise known as I've heard this called the pen body bag. I've heard this called the pen condom. I think both of them are disturbing in their own ways. And there it is. All right, let me get rid of this, and I think I'll pull back out my. It seemed helpful to have a Batman figure. You can't really see him. It seemed helpful to have my sketchbook out for contrast. So this is the Visconti Homo sapiens steel, and I'm not getting good light there, am I? You know what? I'm going to try and turn on the other. I'm experimenting with my lights. Let me try and move this over a touch. That's a little bit better. You can't really see the silver of that steel. It looks a little dull. This is a very old pencil. I mean, and it's interesting because it's been sitting brand new in a box for 10 years at least, because I believe they stopped making them in 2010. And I gotta tell you, I'm a little underwhelmed with. Maybe it's dust. I'm gonna have to clean it. But the basaltic lava looks kind of bad. It doesn't look like I was hoping it was going to look. I was hoping it would be like a pitted sort of lava rock, but it looks dusty, and I wonder if it's just dusty. I'll clean it. But as I turn it over, I see a good deal of scuff marks on the steel ring here as I turn it over. You probably can't see that. I don't want to get too far out of the light. Focus. But there are some pretty intense scuff marks. Let me see if I change the light on this. My apologies. Whatever. It is YouTube, so that's kind of disappointing. The Visconti logo appears to be sort of painted as opposed to etched. And the Homo Sapiens appears to be also painted. Well, these are my first impressions, so I don't know. I'm not overwhelmed, which is kind of sad because, again, I spent an enormous amount of money on this pencil. Maybe I'll do a follow-up after I've used it for a while and after I've cleaned it. One thing that was a little disappointing too was I found out after I bought it that it's a 0.7 lead, which I don't normally use habitually. I normally use 0.5, and I suppose I can modify my approach to a certain extent. This looks... A lot of the steel doesn't look good. It looks tarnished. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. The finial looks kind of cheap. These bands look scuffed. I don't know. Well, that's my first impression. So I'm going to clean it. I'm going to use it. I'm going to see what I think of it. It's pretty heavy, much heavier than my Tombow. So I don't know. Maybe there's a reason why they discontinued this model, because the steel didn't hold up well over time. I'm really disappointed in that Visconti logo. That looks really bad. I don't know if you can see, but that is like entirely painted on there. There's no etching like the normal Homo sapiens. And I would expect this to be on par, even though it was much cheaper. It was less than half the price of a Visconti Homo sapiens fountain pen. But, wow. Okay. Well, I will follow up on this once I've cleaned it. I'll run a damp towel over it to get the dust off and try and polish up some of these areas, especially these scuffed areas, which I can't imagine if this is a brand new pencil, which is what it was described as, that it would have scuff marks on the steel, as if it had been rolling around in a drawer for a couple of months. This actually looks a little scuffed too along here. Not too badly, but still, it does not look brand new. This does not look brand new to me, although it is 10 years old, so. Well, I will follow up at a later moment, and I will, I don't know what will come first. If my sketchbox comes from Russia, that will be next on the list. But we'll see. So far, disappointed. But we'll see. All right, you guys take care. Bye.